Hey beautiful people, I hope you're having a great start to your Friday morning. Gosh, that's gone so dark now. I can't find a good light there, but that's okay. We'll just deal with it. I can look white and pasty today. So welcome to Friday morning, and I'm just wanting to jump in with today's video, which is really about that feeling like when we've got to motivate ourselves, and I guess like just asking yourself, do you feel like you need to motivate yourself? Do you regularly procrastinate? Do you put things off? Do you feel overwhelmed? Where are you currently with what you're actually experiencing? Good morning, gorgeous Marguerite. I can't wait to see you later today, or speak with you later today. Hey Sal, lovely to have you on as well, honey. So this is like a huge thing that a lot of people go through, and often this can kind of wane a little bit. So like sometimes you may feel like more motivated than at other times, and other times you may feel like you've really got to push yourself to get things done. Hey Christy, lovely to have you on, gorgeous. And hey Sandra, good morning, lovely to see you on here, darling. So this can be really frustrating, and it's something, rather than seeing it as something to either A, beat yourself up about, or B, make yourself really wrong for feeling like, oh my god, I just need to get my crap together, I need to be more motivated, I should be more on top of things, I should be more organized, like all of those things. Often, particularly I think as women, but I think this is equally true for men. However, I'm not a man, so I can't speak on their behalf clearly. It can be one of those things though that, the inner critic, the inner judge starts to get really loud and starts to kind of beat us up. This often has like an overflow into other areas of our life as well, because if we feel that we haven't got through what we needed to do, if we feel overwhelmed, if we feel that we're, perhaps even failing in life areas, like we're not taking great care of our health, or, we feel like we're constantly letting other people down, or any of that stuff, long term, guys, it actually has such a detrimental effect on our well-being. And what I'm here to, I guess, explain, number one, but number two, just bring a greater awareness around, is if you feel that you have to motivate yourself, it is often one of the first signs of starting to go into adrenal fatigue. And it's a really important thing to be mindful of and to be aware of. Basically, there's 3 stages when it comes to adrenal fatigue. The first stage is adrenal adrenal, like hypervigilance. So this is where we start to get really hooked in and be kind of, the racing mind, can't settle properly. We're worrying about things. Perhaps, you've got that white noise in your mind where the mind is racing all the time and you can't kind of calm that down. So it's really like this hypervigilant phase. Often this can just be day-to-day life for so many people. And guys, I've just got to show you this sky. Hopefully you'll be able to see it, because it's really pretty. I don't know whether you can see all the pink clouds and stuff out there, but I just wanted to show you that as well, because it was so gorgeous walking down here. But this is like one of those things where, and we tend to, can be critical on ourselves and think, oh my God, I'm just like, I'm being silly, or, I just don't feel good about myself, or I'm not confident, or like all of those things. And all of these are really subtle signs of starting to come into adrenal fatigue type symptoms. So basically there's hypervigilance, which is really the first stage, and then there is adrenal fatigue, where the adrenals, which are these beautiful little glands on our kidneys, and they supply us with cortisol and adrenaline and norepinephrine, which is another name for adrenaline basically, and they really, it's critical, because without any adrenaline we would die instantly. So like that's how important that adrenaline is really for our system. Now, to live on adrenaline, good morning guys, lovely to have you on here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put these on again. We've got Raven, lovely to have you on. Hey Jerry, hey Anne-Marie, hey Kellyanne, hey Pete, lovely to have you on here. So when we're living in that state of adrenaline, or like push, got to keep things going, again, then that takes us into that later stage, instead of adrenal fatigue, into adrenal exhaustion. And that's where the adrenals really are starting to not function very well. Generally, hypothyroidism can start to come into play, so the thyroid starts to be affected. Perhaps you find that you have cold hands and feet. You feel the cold like a lot more. Perhaps perhaps you feel like you're gaining weight or you can't gain muscle easily. Often it throws out other hormones as well, because as so much of the aldosterone is being shuttled into, that's a precursor for either cortisol or estrogen or testosterone, and the body decides at the pivotal point as to which hormone or which chemical that they will get created into. And so often when we're in that adrenal stress phase of just like, oh my God, we've got to go, we've got to get out of bed, come on kids, like hurry up, and everything's a rush and everything's a stress. And often it can be just like a low level chronic stress for a long period of time, and then it may only take one or two other things, like a family member getting unwell, or perhaps passing. It might be financial changes. It could be, you know, something like COVID-19 obviously was a huge stressor for many people for so many different varying reasons, and there was varying levels and layers of that, obviously, with so much change kind of happening. And I think a lot of people were actually experiencing like a lot of brain fog, or just feeling unclear, or feeling that it was difficult to make decisions. Not kind of knowing what to do, feeling extreme amounts of overwhelm, feeling, you know, either feelings of anxiety or types of panic, or depressive type feelings. All of these things are actually symptoms of adrenal stress. And like I was saying, you know, given long term, so if you feel like you've got to actually motivate yourself, often that is like a symptom, that is a sign that, hey, you're actually quite exhausted, but you actually haven't allowed yourself to recognize that. We have such a strong paradigm in society, which is you are worthy or you are valuable with the amount that you produce. So therefore you must be busy every day, and you can't rest, you can't stop, you can't be lazy, you can't be any of those things. Otherwise you're not valuable, or you're not a valuable part of society. Now I know that might sound fairly like harsh saying that. A lot of this is in unconscious imprinting, literally from how we've grown up. You know, if we've ever got, you know, in trouble as kids for lying around, or feeling like we're not, you know, oh, you should be doing something with your life, or, you know, all of those things are quite big indicators that can go in and really impact the subconscious mind, where it feels like this constant pressure to be getting things done or to get more done. Now, of course, like if you're a woman or even a man, the list is endless. You know, you get through the washing and then there's something to clean, or there's something to cook, or there's somebody else to take care of. And often what I found, certainly as women as well, and again, I can't speak for men because clearly I'm not one. Hey Katrin, hey Lisa, great to have you on here, hun. Hey Brooke, hey Deanna. It's so important from that perspective of just allowing ourselves to actually take rest, and not necessarily, you know, putting ourselves last of the list. Often people can be like, well, I've got to make sure everybody else is happy, and it's this negation to self-responsibility and self-care that keeps creating this for our you know, generations to come as well, because it's monkey see, monkey do. I know, I never saw my mum stop. She was either on Canteen, working, you know, doing the books for my my dad's business. They were in partnership in their own business together, so she was often at work there, or she was like cooking or cleaning like around the house, or she was off taking care of somebody or looking after somebody. I hope, yeah, well, hopefully it's working for other people. Thanks for letting me know, Pete. Good morning, Chris. Great to have you on. If other people, if it's working for you guys, just let me, maybe give me a thumbs up or send me some hearts or something. It'll be wonderful. You know, I'm having this big conversation and the video's not working. But anyway, it's so important just to remember to really put yourself first and to really take care of yourself. If you're finding, you know, you really relate to some of those symptoms, like just not being able to keep yourself warm, you know, your hands and feet are constantly cold, you feel this sense of malaise or just not feeling great within yourself, but perhaps you've been to the doctors and they're like, no, your bloods are all fine, and you're like, no, I don't feel okay, I would definitely encourage you to reach out to me, or at least at the very, you know, at you know, the very minimum, join my Thrive group. I talk a lot about some of these symptoms, and certainly some of the ways that we can overcome some of those challenges as well. Or the other thing is, if you find that you're really heavily identifying with this and you're like, man, I felt fatigued, I felt exhausted for years, nobody's been able to really let me know what's been going on. Perhaps you've got digestion issues, perhaps you've find you're moody, or you find it really difficult to regulate your emotions. Often we can become very emotionally reactive when we're feeling exhausted, when we're feeling tired, when we feel that there's nothing left in the bucket, but we still feel that we need to give. Often there's a lot of anger and resentment like encapsulated in that as well. So hopefully that will really help you to understand at a deeper level of some of the reasons why you're perhaps not feeling motivated, and it really can come back to obviously feeling this sense of reaching out and making just making a step forward in this particular area, getting some answers for yourself and getting yourself taken care of. So I'll pop the group below if that resonates for you. It is specifically for women, but definitely really important, obviously, to take care of and just to be aware of. So if you feel that you are dipping into those lower energies, honestly, it's a one-way spiral if it's not taken care of, simply because the effects often compound with other issues, and often can lead into other challenges like copper toxicity or food intolerances. There's just like a whole bunch of stuff that just kind of keeps expanding, I guess. Not to be negative, but it's just to be really, really aware and self-aware of where your body's at and how you're actually feeling. And if you're waking feeling a sense of dread about the day, or feeling like, oh my god, just instant overwhelm, definitely it's time to reach out and really take care on and love on yourself. Without your health, there's very little that we can do in life. It's very difficult to earn a great income. It's very difficult to have great relationships, or to be able to take care of our kids at a high level. It's very difficult to do a lot of the things that and the joy that comes with having such vibrancy and vitality and feeling really great within yourself as well. So have an amazing day, guys. Loads of love to you, and I hope that you enjoyed the sunrise. It looks like the clouds have, yes, they've gone back to white. They were this beautiful pink color. But have an amazing day, and please let me know if and how I might be able to help you. Have an amazing day. Bye.